Yo, what's going down, Commanders? Just a few things to go over this morning now. The dust has settled. We've had the patch notes. We've had the downtime. Everything's in place. I just want to discuss a few things. And I want to start off with basically the Samsung Mark II Diamond Tech. And whether any of you guys feel that this tech is going to bring the unit back into the game. Not that the unit was ever in the game. To be fair, this is probably one of the worst units to be placed in the game. I think air-wise, it's probably on level or on par with the War Barge as it stands at the minute. Both these units are dead ducks in the fucking sky. They're easy targets. I'm just looking at this, and it's this bog standard stuff from Kixeye. It's nothing's really changed. So it's an increased damage dealt by 30%. That's standard with any unique diamond tech. And then it does the same again, reduces damage from all sources by 30%. The thing that makes me laugh about this is Kixeye was on their own Discord, blowing their own trumpet once again, how great this tech's going to be, how much it's going to bring the unit into the game. If the unit hasn't got a debuff against the Screamer effect, the unit's a dead duck. You need to change that effect. So this diamond tech could have been where you give it the buff against the Screamer tech. The unit may have been useful. I think they needed to do a lot more for this unit. I think the Mother of All Bombs should have been added to it, which was a special tech that we got for the original Sandstorm. That had a Mother of All Bombs, very good tech, where you would push a button, I think it was E, and then you could target up, I think it was up to 700 in front of the unit. It might have been 650, 700, somewhere around that range. And it would drop a massive payload. That might have made it better. And you needed the Screamer effects with it. I think they just lack imagination at Kixeye. And it's either that or they're purposely just fucking shoving shit into the game without no thought or process, no discussion. There's one guy making the decision for the text, and that's it. Final decision. That's all they're going to do. That's how it's going to be, and that's how it's going to be from here going forward. You know, they're too busy trying to make out that they're producing a new event, a new style of event. But if you look at the basics of the new style of the event, is they're plucking old bases out of the old events from a month or 2 months ago, maybe a bit longer, and just placing them into this new style of event. It's literally a fucking 2-second job to pluck three. How many bases is it? Is it 3 and 3? Yeah, 3 and 3. 6 bases. All you got to do is pluck 6 bases you had in an original event, put them across onto the skirmish event, and make sure that you reduce the units to be able to be used in that event base. It's literally a fucking copy and paste job, the skirmish, at this point. And not only that, to add salt to the wound, we're out here fucking grinding away trying to get the latest units, and Kixeye going, well, no, you can't use them in this event. It's like fucking a kick in the teeth while we're down. Right, anyway, so this, in my opinion, is going to be absolute dog shit. There's nothing new brought to the table. I think the only one I can remember that they did actually do something for the Diamond Tech other than this little 30% decrease in damage dealt, or damage taken, and then 30% increase in damage given. I think the only one I can remember off the top of my head where there's 2, in fact. One of them was the Jug. They give it another 50 range or 60 range, something silly like that. It brought it back into the game for a couple of weeks, and then it was back into the armory. And the other one that they did try to change was the Darkstorm, and they made the aura like 100 instead of 700 range, and that was a fucking joke as well. I also want to go over the Boomer and Cruciger, because the techs are basically copied and pasted techs, I believe. So the Boomers, bronze and silver techs. So the first bronze text is 60% movement speed, same as what you're getting on the Cruciger. And then acceleration and turning, 100%. Exactly the same, carbon copies. Then we've got the reduced damage taken from vehicles, 20%. And then infantry and turrets, minus 20% off both of them. That's for the Boomer. Now let's go have a look what they envisioned, what their vision was for the Cruciger. So, hang on, I'm going to go bronze first. In fact, it's a 60% movement speed, exactly the same, exactly the fucking same. And then we go to the speed, 100% acceleration, 100% turn speed, exactly the same. Go back. Let's go to the silver one. 20% damage from infantry, minus 20% damage from infantry, and minus 20% damage for turrets. Exactly the fucking same. Can you see the pattern here? These people at War Commander, they don't seriously can't be doing a lot in the office, because most of the stuff that they put into the game, all but maybe the main event, is a carbon copy of the previous event. So the main event changes, but if you look at Holdout, it's pretty much the same thing. A few units spawn here and there, and we surround our units in a circle, and we wait for the units to come to us, or we put units on fist and chase after the units because it gets that boring. It's the same with Invasion. Invasion's even worse. You make your base as small as possible, because you know Kixeye's never going to make it to your base, and then you spread units around the outside of your base. Hero Showdown is, again, it's one of them ones where you're waiting. You either got to kill the base to speed it up, or you... It's just embarrassing from Kixeye. It's fucking embarrassing, and it just shows. And they keep complaining about we haven't got enough manpower. You got enough manpower to fucking invent 2 more events for the game, or 1. We've only seen 1, but there is a second one that Fidget boasted about. Just make them interesting. Make them a bit of a value to us. Basically, this is slapping every one of us in the face at this point. I also want to discuss the Boomer and... This kind of pissed me off, because I was looking at the Boomer and the Cruciger, and I'm thinking, what are they a rendition of? Where are they? Hang on, vehicles. What is their previous vehicles? And the ones that I went straight back to, they were actually, in my opinion, when we very first got them, they were a better unit. And I'll explain why. The Boomer is a carbon copy of the Solrunner. But do you remember the effect the Solrunner had? That big cloud. That massive, it was like a solar cloud, or whatever they called it. That was a much, much better unit. We had a lot more fun than fucking this hula hoop firing piece of junk. And the Cruciger, in my opinion, this is, guys, don't forget, is a carbon copy of the Helios. And what did the Helios have as I think it might have been a level 20 talent, or level 10. Level 20 talent. It gave confused status. And you just look at these guys and see their talents. It's like a 5% more damage dealt when close up. There's no imagination put into it. And I keep bringing up that word imagination. It looks like everyone at Kixeye has been drained of any drive, any fucking way to make this game interesting. They're just boring us to death with 10% this, 5% that up close. Bullshit. And it's the same with the Cruciger. 50% less damage taken from melee weapons. So that means once them hammer guys go from the event, that talent is null and void. It is pointless. And then 50% less damage taken from sustained at level 20. There's no vision. There's no fucking... Let's put something good in it. Don't get me wrong. The units, I'm enjoying using them. But I enjoyed the Solrunner and the fucking Helios back then much, much more. Much more fun, much more fucking entertainment. And you can even go back further than that. You can say that the Cruciger is a copy of the Penance. And then you can also go... Where is it? There. The Boomers are a copy of the Phalanx. Would you remember the Penance and Phalanx when we attacked bases in their prime? At least they would make the fucking walls. The Boomers and the Crucigers won't make the walls now. And that's how Kixeye want it. PvP is stuck in a rut, and it's rotting. It's rotten to the fucking core. But Kixeye keep on giving us shit that we need the fucking balance back into the game. And I don't care if you disagree with me on this one. The balance in the game for PvP sucks. No one's hitting anyone anymore. Or very few people. You know, the ones that are changing the fucking Java code. Shit like that. Everything's geared up for base defending now. Nothing's out there. They need to put a good fucking legendary unique unit that can't be placed in your base. Make it strong. Make it so it punches a hole through the fucking a player's base, so we've got half a chance. That's all they need to do. Make it decent enough so we can fucking break a little hole into someone's base to give us a chance. But they won't do it because they're boring at Kixeye. Anyway, I'm going to stop complaining because this is my second rant video. Well, third if you include the live show last night. I just don't get what Kixeye are doing, and it just don't make no sense to me. It's one of them things where they just keep shoveling shit down our throats and calling it good. I can't believe that they boasted about the sandstorm. I can't get into me weapons lab. Let's see if that's just a bug. They was boasting about the... Oh yeah, I can. The bloody Sandstorm Mark II. How great it was. That ain't right. And then we see the stats for the tech, and it's carbon copy. Is that touching? Sorry guys, I shouldn't have done this a lot on the video. Yeah, that's better. You know, the way they was boasting on the War Commander Discord is they've put some real time and effort into producing this unit and making it fucking, or this tech. And when it comes to actually delivering, it's just a fucking copy of every single diamond tech that we got for unique units. They've not put nothing in it or with it. Joke of a company. Absolute joke of a company. Anyway, I'm going to let it go. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.